On February 4th, 2021, near the New Mexico-Mexico border, a routine traffic stop ended in tragedy, and a state was left in shock.
Eastbound at about the temp tag 0527 Edward Paul. It's gonna be a white Chevy pickup, one aboard. Can't tell what state the temp tag's out of.
New Mexico State Police Officer Darian Jarrett pulled over a white pickup truck for suspected window tint violations. The driver, later identified as Omar Felix Cueva, initially appeared cooperative, handing over documents and stepping out of the vehicle for a routine check.
Hey, real quick. You have a firearm on you? Yeah. No, I see it. Please, do me a favor. You mind if I take it off you for my safety? All right, hold on. All right, let's go to my vehicle, okay? Come on. Oh, shit!
But when Officer Jarrett calmly asked to disarm him for safety reasons, Cueva suddenly pulled out a rifle and opened fire before Jarrett could react. The officer collapsed by the roadside and died instantly. The incident sent shockwaves across the entire state. Bodycam footage captured Jarrett's final moments. Along with desperate efforts by medics to save him, until the painful truth had to be accepted. What followed was a multi-agency manhunt. Cueva was pursued for miles across highways until a fierce gunfight ended with his death. It was a traffic stop that seemed routine until it turned into a nightmare. But could anything have been done to prevent this tragedy from the very beginning?
Shots fired!
On December 1st, 2024, in St. Charles, Illinois, police received an emergency call about a man armed with a chainsaw breaking into a nursing home. What would you do if you saw someone charging into a building full of elderly people with a chainsaw?
Unit's incoming, can you step it up? Hey!
Incoming units.
Hey! Hey, drop the taser. Drop the taser.
When officers arrived on scene, they found 41-year-old Daniel Escalera near the dining area. They immediately ordered him to drop the weapon. But Escalera ignored the commands, revved up the chainsaw, and charged.
Hey, drop. Hey. Hey. Step it up. Hey, drop the chainsaw. Drop the chainsaw. One at taser point.
Oh my God.
Hey, drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. I got one at taser point. Step it up. We'll be in the front lobby. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it.
Subject in the front lobby.
You want me to leave? Yes.
Step it up.
I'm not leaving here without my lady. Where is she?
Step it up.
Where's my?
Drop it.
Dude, I just want my wife, man. I just want.
Listen, man.
I don't want to leave.
Taser up one. Taser. Hey.
Police were forced to deploy a taser, knocking him down, but he quickly got back up and kept attacking.
Taser. Hey. Hey.
Woo!
Hey, right here! He's right here! He's right here!
Get him out.
Come here. He's on the other side. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh,
Escalera slashed one officer with the chainsaw and was shot in the arm. But was this the end? It got worse.
Shots fired!
Escalera ran into a hallway, stood next to an elderly man in a wheelchair, and pretended to point a gun at the officers. A single shot to the chest ended the confrontation.
Fire! Drop it! Get him over, get him over. Get him over.
Special attention, St. Charles units. Shotgun dispatching shots fired at 975 Northwest Avenue, Riveting, St. Charles. Responding as acknowledged EPA.
Escalera later died at the hospital. A toxicology report revealed he had methamphetamine in his system. The officer's actions were deemed justified. What do you think? Did police have any other choice? If you were the one facing him, what would you have done? On the afternoon of February 6, 2025, New Orleans police spotted a white Kia Optima, recently reported stolen in an armed carjacking, parked under the North Claiborne Bridge near the Poland Avenue intersection.
Hands up! Hands up! Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Open the door! Open the door! Open the door!
As officers approached and ordered the driver to stop, he suddenly hit the gas, struck one officer, and sped off. Immediately, 3 officers opened fire, discharging a total of 11 rounds at the fleeing vehicle. The suspect got away in the moment. But after investigation, police identified the driver as 20-year-old Juquan Dominic. Surveillance footage had previously captured him using the vehicle linked to the carjacking. 6 days later, Dominic was arrested and charged with multiple felonies, including 2 counts of attempted murder. The officers involved in the shooting were placed on administrative leave per protocol, but have since returned to duty. Was it truly necessary to fire at a fleeing vehicle? Could the police have stopped him without risking lives?
No!
On the afternoon of March 31st, 2025, in Bridgeport, Connecticut, police responded to reports of a large fight near the site of a funeral service. Witnesses said someone inside a black Chevrolet Tahoe was armed.
Can you just step out? We just gotta pat you guys both down because somebody said something about a firearm.
Firearm down there!
Okay, well, now we're here, so if you got nothing, then it's quick, and then we'll let you go.
Alright.
Oh. 39 foot pursuit.
When officers approached the vehicle, 38-year-old Deshaun Best, seated in the front passenger seat, suddenly stepped out and ran, holding a bottle of Remy Martin. 2 officers immediately gave chase.
39 foot pursuit. Stop! I'm gonna tase you!
32 foot pursuit. Eastbound on Boston Ave. No, you're gonna get tased! You're gonna get fucking tased! Fuck. 32 taser deployed. Oh, fuck. Yo! Yo, yo, yo! 32 shots fired. Yo!
As Best neared an alleyway at 1420 Kosu Street, he tossed the bottle and pulled what appeared to be a firearm from his right hand. In that split second, there was no room for hesitation. Officer Yoon Hyo fired 2 shots, dropping Best on the spot.
Yo, yo!
Next to where Best fell, police recovered a high-point 9mm handgun. Despite receiving medical aid and being rushed to the hospital, he was pronounced dead at 7:41 p.m. that evening. Should the officer have waited for a clearer threat? Or was immediate action the only way to protect lives? At noon on June 1st, 2020, in Fort Worth, Texas, a man with a weapon appeared outside the leasing office of a crowded apartment complex. Multiple 911 calls flooded in, reporting a potential threat. But what happens when police confront a man with a gun and he refuses to follow orders?
Put your hands up! Speed it up, you got a gun. Hands up! Hands up! Drop the gun! Drop the gun!
When officers arrived, the suspect was identified as 42-year-old Deron Morris. The first responding officer, a female deputy, saw Morris pull out a gun, then quickly tuck it into his waistband. She shouted at him to stop, drop the weapon, and get on the ground. But Morris turned away, still keeping his hand near the firearm.
Get on the ground.
You get on the ground.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground.
Get on the ground, suck my dick.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. I don't want to shoot you, man.
Get in the car, go.
Get on the ground.
Get in the car, go.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Hey! Get on the ground. Shots fired.
3 shots were fired. Morris was not hit. He ran into his apartment and barricaded himself inside for 40 minutes. That act of defiance, was it worth it?
Hey, stay lethal. I'm going left. Hey, he's reaching for it. Taser, taser.
Drop the gun?
Yes. I'm gonna keep eyes.
Keep walking. Keep walking. Walk this way.
Hey,
Guys,
this
come
boy.
here. Walk this way.
Face it. Face it.
Eventually, he was subdued with a taser and taken into custody without injury. Police recovered 2 firearms at the scene.
Push him my way.
Morris now faces 6 serious charges, including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on a peace officer. What do you think about the officer's decision to shoot? Should police have waited longer, or was immediate action the only option?
Chasing this guy, and this dude was hauling ass until he crashed out here.
On November 7, 2024, in Glendale, Arizona, police received a report about a man carrying $50,000 in cash to buy a car. But just as he stepped out to inspect the vehicle, 2 strangers suddenly opened his car door, snatched the money bag, and drove off.
Absolutely, to the highest degree.
Okay. So you went to some location to buy a truck, had money in the car. Okay.
And then we got off.
The victim and the car seller immediately jumped into another vehicle and gave chase.
And we got in the car and we started chasing this guy, and this dude was hauling ass until he crashed out here.
The pursuit ended with a collision at an intersection. The 2 suspects fled on foot, but the victim wasn't backing down.
And then he got out of the car and ran. I was following him with that bag. And I was running after him. And then, like I said, I lost him from the front of this complex to over here. And then I seen him. He's like, "Oh, I'll wait for the cops. I'll wait for the cops." I didn't do nothing.
Okay.
Yet he's there without shoes and the same description as the guy that I was chasing.
With the help of nearby residents, both suspects, Raymond Pouncey and Reginald Chapman, were eventually tackled and detained. They now face charges of felony theft. Cash was scattered all over the street. If it were you, would you risk everything to chase them down? Was it worth putting your own safety on the line?
Sit up.
No.
You sit up.
On October 27, 2024, in Oklahoma City, police responded to reports of a minor traffic collision. A 70-year-old man, Lich Vu, was cited for making an illegal U-turn.
You're supposed to be as far to that corner as possible, okay?
Yes, they have another car in front of her. That's why, I cannot parking behind her.
Okay, well, you are required to go as far away you're not supposed to be between any cars. You're supposed to be against that curb line.
No.
Okay. I don't think that you're understanding what I'm saying here, okay?
I understanding. I told you. The car, the front of her can hurt to the and she didn't turn.
Whenever you make a U-turn,
I didn't make a U-turn.
sorry. Let me clarify, okay? Whenever you enter a little intersection thing like that, you are not allowed to go side by side next to a car. Okay? You have to go behind vehicles.
Hey, you are the police.
Yes.
So you know
okay.
How many cars?
Officers asked Vu to sign a citation, but he repeatedly objected, claiming he had been struck from the front.
We are not arguing about this, okay?
I want to show you.
We argue in court. We argue in court.
You take the phone and...
We argue in court.
No,
we don't argue on the side of the road. We argue in court. Yes, that's how it works. Because if not, if you don't sign this, you go to jail.
She hit us.
I understand that, but you're not... You see where that car's at? Whenever you enter that area, that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to leave any space at all. You're not supposed to leave any space at all.
You see that two car?
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
I am the
The way where your vehicle was located, your vehicle was not like that.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up. Get on the ground.
Tensions rose when he refused to sign the paperwork, and according to bodycam footage, appeared to lightly touch the officer's chest during the argument.
Sit up.
No.
You sit up. Get on the ground.
No. See, sir. No.
Seconds later, the officer suddenly slammed Vu to the ground. The fall rendered Vu unconscious. He suffered a brain bleed and a fractured cervical vertebra. The entire incident was captured on bodycam. Vu's family later released graphic images of his injuries, arguing that the officer's actions were excessive, especially toward an elderly man. While police claim Vu was non-compliant, many are questioning whether the level of force used was appropriate in this situation. The officer has since been placed on administrative leave, and the case is now under review by the Oklahoma County District Attorney's Office. Was the officer's reaction justified? Where is the line between control and assault when dealing with a senior citizen? Thanks for watching. If you found this case compelling, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe so you never miss another intense police encounter.